One of the most popular things to do when visiting Roatan, Honduras on a cruise is to hug a sloth. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but it looks like the Honduran government just said no more to hugging sloths and to holding a handful of other local wildlife as well. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jamie from Sharon at Sea Travel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I feel like it was about 2002 when regular folks like me were introduced to what a sloth was. It was thanks to the movie Ice Age. You remember that movie, right? Back in the day, it featured Sid the sloth.
Oh, yummo. A dandelion. Must be the last one of the season.
Sid was an adorable little creature, always getting himself into trouble. Well, that's when these very odd-looking, extremely slow mammals became known to every household in America. Now fast forward a few years within the cruising community and it became very popular to go to certain Caribbean destinations and actually hold a real live sloth. An honest to goodness sloth right there in your arms. You could hug them, you could give them a little kiss if you wanted. They are adorable and people were loving it. Now there are a handful of cruise destinations where you can find an excursion that will include seeing sloths in person and having the chance to actually hold one in real life. But I feel like the most popular sloth port is Roatan, Honduras. That's where we first had the chance to see a sloth up close and actually hold one in our arms. And I have to say, the experience totally lived up to the hype. Well, folks, it looks like those days of hugging sloths might be coming to an end. On January 24, 2025, the Wildlife Department of the National Institute for Forest Conservation and Development in Honduras released a letter or document announcing what appears to be the end of allowing the holding or handling of local wildlife for exhibition and photographs, including sloths, monkeys, sea turtles, in addition to a handful of other animals and local wildlife as well. Now, we got our hands on the document that actually came out from Honduras, obviously a little bit tricky to read, so we kind of have it translated right here, and how it reads is that due to drastic increase in the frequency of illegal trafficking, mismanagement, and over-manipulation of wildlife observed in recent years on Roatan Island, the department informs you, being the people of Roatan, that since the issuance of this document, over-manipulation, carrying and handling or carrying and holding animals for exhibition and taking photographs is going to become illegal, basically is what it's saying. It talks a little bit more about, the concern for endangered species, trafficking and things like that. But it goes on to say that not only will sloths, but green guaras, red guaras, white-tailed deer, monkeys, sea turtles, and other species of national or international interest are going to be kind of hands-off. Now, that's a very popular thing to do in Roatan. There are a number of different places that are sloth and monkey parks. You can go to one destination and do a combination of like zip lining, monkey holding, sloth interaction. They have birds and things like that as well. It's a whole thing, and it's a little bit disappointing to hear that this might be coming to an end. Now, if this is indeed the case, and sloth holding and that kind of interaction is going to be off limits going forward in that area, this will definitely affect thousands of cruisers with plans to visit Roatan, a lot of excursion folks and things like that running businesses out there. These tourist destinations on the island are going to take a hit, the ones that feature sloths and monkeys as a focal point of the experience that they promote. Now, after hearing this news, I contacted our good friend Johan. He owns an awesome excursion company called Real Deal Roatan Tours in Roatan, Honduras. And I asked him, I said, hey man, what's the word? What are you hearing about this out there? And he responded and said, listen, as of right now, there's no major change. Things are still the way they always have been. But you never know, and this could be coming down the pike. And I think that people are just a little bit unsure. Listen, Roatan has had its issues in the past, especially regarding wildlife, and a lot of back and forth between local government and the folks on the island that run sanctuaries and things like that. So, I think things are probably still a little bit up in the air, but it's definitely something that you want to keep an eye on. Now, as of right now, it hasn't really been fully implemented to affect the local businesses, but again, that doesn't mean it won't change in the coming days, weeks, or months. So if you do have a trip lined up that's going to take you to Roatan, and this is part of your excursion, just, be aware of that. It doesn't mean you won't be able to go and see all these animals and what hopefully is as close to a natural habitat as they can make it. But it just means that, you may not actually get to hold the sloth and have that physical, interaction. Now, we're going to still hold out hope that something can be done to ensure the continued safety and proper treatment of the animals while also maintaining what's certainly the most popular type of excursion in Roatan. And what's always a highlight of your cruise to Roatan, our fingers are crossed that the government can work things out to allow legitimate, legal tour operators to continue making people's sloth dreams come true by having them hug a sloth. So are you a fan of the sloths? Have you ever held a sloth? Let us know in the comments below the video here where you stand on the whole sloth debate. Maybe a lot of you think this is a good thing, right? Some people are very concerned about the health and well-being of these animals on these excursions. So maybe you're thinking, hey, that's good. No more holding sloths. Just go check them out, enjoy them, take a look at them, and maybe that's where you land on the sloth debate. So let us know. Go down to the comments. Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinions. We always appreciate it. Now we have some upcoming travels that are actually going to take us to Roatan here in the next week or so, and we're going to see our friend Johan, spend a little time out there with Real Deal Roatan Tours. So we'll see if we can get any updated information to come back and share with you guys. So thanks for joining me today for a little sloth talk. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I haven't ruined your day if you're looking forward to seeing a sloth in person and giving that bad boy a little hug. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.